So, I think it finally hit me today, and I've been struggling against saying this because I know that, of course, there's still the portal hypertension, there's still the gastropathy, there's still the swollen spleen. But I don't think I'm going to get a liver transplant. I don't think I'm going to need it. And I don't think I'm going to need it in 10 years either. I just think my liver's going to recover. I may still have some kind of liver disease. Of course, I still have PBC, although based on how my PCP reacted to it and how UCLA didn't even seem to be super interested in it, I'm wondering if that's going to present that much of a problem, especially with the Ursodiol working so well. Because my liver doctor at UCLA was like, it is a great drug. People are on it for years and years, and it's fine. You know, it's basically what it does is it's bile that bears produce, their primary bile. We produce it too, but you know, it's not our primary bile. I don't know what ours is. Human bile, I guess. So it clears out all the stuff, all the enzymes and all the stuff that my liver keeps coughing up. And it replaces it with itself. And it's non-toxic. It doesn't cause damage like the others do. So yeah, the side effects are pretty mild. I haven't really had any. I think I'm having more from the Lipitor right now. But that'll pass. No big deal. A little bit of nausea, a little bit of upset stomach. No problems. It just made it so that I didn't feel too much like eating until I got super hungry this afternoon. I ate breakfast, but you know, the nausea's gone though. And also another thing, when I have a space heater in here because our heater in the apartment isn't working. The starter, the part went bad. Last year they fixed it. What they did was they cleaned it up, but they didn't replace it. So now the part's just, so, you know, living in an apartment, those things take as long as they take, and there's nothing you can do about it. Our microwave went out like 2.5 weeks ago. And we did the work order, and somebody did come to look at it, I think the next day, but then it didn't get replaced until yesterday, and that's just the way it is. I mean, and it was a production at that. Like, the guy took half the day to do it. So, mostly, you know, just unscrewing it from the wall, because it's one of those ones with where it's attached to the stove. And the microwave they had chosen was the right size, but just nobody wanted to come in and do it, which is, I mean, it's like, whatever. I mean, it's apartment living. You sort of get used to it. Like, at a certain point, you have to stop getting mad when these things happen, because they're gonna keep happening. And so, like, how much anger do I really need to put out in the world for nonsense that'll, once it's done, it's done. We had in our kitchen, they replaced the light, and so there were, like, holes and unpainted sections because the light that they replaced was smaller than the original. The original was one of those with the strip fluorescent lights. There was, like, it was, you know, like they have in schools, the long light bulbs. And now it's got like flying saucer like light bulbs. Expensive, I guess. But also in this building is asbestos. So having holes in the ceiling, not terribly safe, but it took well over a year for somebody to come in and do that. And that was done, I don't know, about a month ago. I mean, we've had some issues. Everybody does, though. Everybody who lives in a rental has issues, and you know, it's a struggle on both sides, because you know, the landlords don't want to spend the money. You know, I'm sure this is a fairly big building, so I'm sure the taxes and the stuff they have to pay are fairly significant, as well as the mortgage, because it was sold since we moved in. We're one of the very few tenants who still lives here before it was sold. There's only 4 of us. The previous owner pretty much emptied the building, and they tried to evict us, but they had no cause to do so. she just systematically evicted everybody except for the last 4. And then she's like, okay, well, that's fine. I can just sell it. And she did. She sold it for like 14 million. And it's better that she's not the owner because she was capricious. Capricious is a good word for it, but the word that I mean is a lot meaner than that. Anyway. So, I feel lighter today because I really do feel like I'm going to get better. I still think I'm going to have liver disease. I still think I'm going to have to get a lot of blood tests forever. I'm going to be on Ursodiol and probably Lipitor forever. But, like, I'm 46 years old and I only have 2 prescription drugs that I have to take every day. That's pretty good. My family, I'm sure by the time they were my age, were at least on blood pressure and cholesterol drugs. So, something as benign as Ursodiol, I'm lucky. You know, it could be something terrible. Like, my roommate has to take a drug that really affects her digestive system until the side effects go away, but, like, you gotta push through for weeks with that, and that sucks, dude. And, like, they don't seem to have any other meds that they want to give her that do the same thing. But, like, that's how it goes. And what that also means for me is that I can't be without insurance now forever. Not that I was ever planning to not work. Like in this society, that's not something you can plan. Especially when you're alone, you know? I mean, I have friends and, you know, Heather and my roommate, I don't think, you know... I think we're going to wind up in a Golden Girls scenario in our old age. And that's okay. That's fine. I have no problem with that. My friend Heather has it planned out with other friends as well, like buy a mansion in Florida or something. And, like, you know, we each contribute what we can. And I think that's going to be pretty common for Gen X on down because, you know, we don't really have the kind of society that's friendly to people who aren't already wealthy. Anyway, I'm not talking about my liver right now, so I'm going to wrap it up. But I said the words out loud. I don't think I'm going to have a liver transplant. I mean, it might happen. But I was looking at my old labs and my INR score. It was always normal. My creatinine, the kidney stuff, normal. The only thing that was bad was my bilirubin, and that's going down. And also my enzymes, ALT, ALP, and all that. But those, again, are going down. So my MILD score is not going to be... I'm not even scared of it. I'm more scared of what they find in all the other scans. But anyway, wrapping up. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.